Hey, what's up? It's your girl Lex in the Box, and I'm here with another episode. And I'm always excited to have my guest on because when I tell you I have a real relationship with my guest, and this one here comes from his podcast. The reality is, this man is hilarious, okay? Raw, real, but in a good way. His name is Anthony Roberts. What's up?
What's good with you? What's good with you?
What it do? You know, I feel like I could be so silly with you.
You should be able to. We family about it. Like what we say, 10 plus years.
Baby, Anthony from The Reality is, it's so cool now that you're in MySpace now. You're in MySpace.
This is the easy part, though. I like being asked questions.
Okay, good.
I don't like to prep for nothing.
Let's get into it.
I'm ready.
Okay. Now, we got to talk about the dating life. But before we get into that, I want to talk about, do you ever feel lonely?
Look at her. The last 2 years, I would say the last 2 years of my life, I felt that more than anything. And I was in a relationship in one of those years. So the last year of the relationship, which is the last year of the job I had where I was a traveling project manager, I always tell people when I was traveling week to week, being home maybe 3 times a month, I understood NBA players and NFL players and people who are on the road and who do, maybe they have a relationship, but they're stepping outside of that relationship. Because it takes more work if you travel.
Yes.
Because you're in different hotels, different cities week to week, and it's easy to get lonely when you're away from your routine. It's easy to get lonely when you're away from your community and away from your person. So for me, I experienced that a lot. Never liked to do FaceTime. FaceTime became one of those things because it kind of kept us closer together. It also kind of vouched for me, like nobody's in my room, I'm not out in these streets. Because one thing about traveling on your own or traveling for work, they think you got a whole nother family somewhere else.
Damn.
Yeah. So that was one of my loneliest times, being in studio, being in hotels by myself, going to bed at night by myself, and eating alone. I literally got my reps up on eating alone.
But like, let's talk about the times where you weren't in a relationship.
Yeah.
Was that even more lonely?
Yeah, I would say the last year, because the last year for me, like after losing my job and losing pretty much everything that was close to me, you've heard me talk about it on my show, I think that was the loneliest. And it was not lonely in the sense of relationship-wise or needing a significant other. It was lonely in that, but it was also lonely in the lack of friendship, the lack of family, certain things I experienced. I think you were on my episode where I was talking about losing everything, job, letting things go into where it was like damn near homeless. So for me, loneliness in the point of like even tackling those things by yourself, loneliness that you create for yourself where you don't ask nobody for help, or the times I did sleep out of my car because I had nowhere to go. And sometimes the loneliness was caused by my own ego and not, being willing to reach out for help.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Because I was just talking to a friend last night, actually, and I was just like, man, I just feel so lonely.
How do you feel when you say that? Because what people don't realize is to say that you're lonely, you have to admit to yourself something. You may not like the mood you're in. Something may not have gone as planned in your life, because nobody sets out to be lonely. Nobody sets out to be alone.
No.
But sometimes it's like it's a lot of situations that have accumulated over time that led to the loneliness. Whether it's you led to it by doing something in a relationship or not, or it just ending, or you attribute it to it by your own mentality, people not being able to be around you, being an asshole, whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's self-inflicted, and sometimes in my situation, I feel like it could be God positioning you, and sometimes he can't do anything with you unless you are alone. So
Very good. So I'll say 2 things. I have learned to enjoy my alone time.
for sure.
100%.
Yes.
I love like just doing stuff by myself, right? But on the other end, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm alone.
Yeah. When the lights go off and the highs come down.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going out, like if you went out tonight after all of this is over and you're hanging with your girls until 3 a.m. And it's like, oh, I don't need a man. If maybe you're around some of those people, but you always feel different when the reality sets in. And like I say, the highs are not as high. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just being self-aware about it.
Or I'll say this, like you could be out with your guys or your girls for me, and it's that moment where like everybody about to go home.
And you know
you're about to go home to you and your bed.
Yes.
Probably gonna pour your little glass of wine, little popcorn, and watch your little movie. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
But your girls, they probably married.
With
A lot of my friends are married.
Yeah.
And it's like,
But some people go home and they're in a relationship and they're still lonely.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
And it's a lack of communication to express why you got there and how you got there.
And I don't want nothing to do with that.
No.
And that's what I don't envy that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
But I think that's the part where it comes in with effective communication. So you know me, like we met in communication
Yes, we
classes
did.
and
Yes, we did.
undergrad. So it's like I just have a thing for communication. And I feel like you can find any resolution if you are communicating effectively. Like we talked about when you came on my show, like listening, and then not listening to speak, but listening to understand to where you may be able to see the other side of what somebody else is thinking or why somebody else feels that way. Doesn't always mean you're going to find a solution or come out on the same page, but if the respect is there and you listen, you can kind of avoid those lonely situations. A lot of times loneliness is feeling like you can't be who you are.
Yeah.
You can't say what you want. So you hold it all in while you're listening and hearing everybody else. And sometimes the loneliness comes from, like I say, you stifling your own self and your own voice. So
That's actually really good because I felt like I've been feeling like that recently with my job where I'm like, oh, I might be too much.
Yeah.
I might be giving too much Lex off in the office.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm honest.
Yeah.
I'm real.
Yeah.
I'm my authentic self.
Yep.
And so sometimes I have to just check myself. Okay, I'm like, okay, was that too much? No, that wasn't too
no,
much.
some people don't know how to be themselves.
Yeah.
I'm going through that too with myself right now. Like I've been working for this company since the top of the year, and I'm just thinking about like I'm smiling because honestly, like as much as the last year and a half was crap, I feel like it wasn't until my faith turned around, the way I started praying, the things I read, the way I kind of started to exercise my mental. Like now I'm in a position where everything I feel like I prayed for is happening, to where now sometimes I be questioning God on the other side, like, is this what I prayed for? Like it's here now. It feels good, but I've never been on the other side of it where I'm like, I'm waiting on the other shoe to drop. And I feel like now being in the position where I am a leader and mentor and coaching, to where I'm finding myself at 43 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't able to do that until I was able to get by myself, or God created this box for me to find myself in a lonely place. It's a good topic you got,
Come on.
man.
I'm just saying. Things get lonely out here, but I love that you broke down loneliness in so many different aspects too, because it just goes far beyond you being by yourself. Because I can get over being by myself, but in what situation?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have a relationship with yourself too.
Yes.
I think so many times people only think about relationships from the perspective of you and other people. But what kind of relationship do you have with yourself?
That's good.
In the sense of like really feeding yourself like a certain particular books and certain things. So I always tell people about our bodies. I'm like, people don't really think in depth about your body. You are only your soul and the brain and your thoughts. All of this, like God gave to us, like not trying to be whatever, but it's like most women, if they could have chose their body parts, they would have wider hips, a bigger booty, breasts, whatever. Men would have a bigger penis, be tall, or whatever the case may be. But it's like, do you really know, have you taken the time to understand who you are in the body in the shell that God gave you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like just being in that position, if you're able to sit long enough in the silence, in the loneliness, you can kind of figure those things out. Third eye type shit.
That's good. Come on. We're going to preach that. Hold on. You went to church for 2 seconds.
Nah, I ain't went
That's
to church,
all right,
man.
though.
People
That's all right.
You know, people crack jokes on me now on my show when I'm talking like this. They be like, "Man, what are you playing church music? You doing this?" And I'm like, I've always been this person, but it's like this was more so me like off mic because I'm so used to entertaining. Like it is who I am on the show, but it's also like you got to entertain your listeners. You know what I'm saying?
I would say, yeah, you do have to entertain your listeners, but it just depends on what you want to talk about.
sure.
And that's going to be your audience. There's an audience for everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like with you, you never showcased this side on your show.
Yeah.
And I know I didn't know this side because you were definitely like, all this, I don't be doing, all this. And then now it's like, it's, I love hearing you talk about God. I love hearing you talking about praying and faith.
Yeah.
And sometimes we got to go through a little something
To get you there.
Yeah.
Because that's why I say it's always been here, but it's like now it's like at the forefront. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, I'm like, I used to have faith, but it was like low hanging fruit faith.
Okay.
Meaning like, just if I thought about it.
Yeah.
Now it's like I literally try to make this stuff like the forefront of my day. And so this is what I said. I was like, okay, I've been pessimistic about life and living and love and friendship and community. But I'm like, what if I do a complete 360, 180, whatever, and I'm optimistic about everything, even when the shit is not going right. And I'm telling you right now, it's been a big change. But the first thing about it is when I first got into that mindset, I lost a lot of people. and I lost a lot of things.
So why do you think those people were around you?
I don't know, because some of it was family. You know what I'm saying? Like some of it was friends and family. And, you know, everybody does what they do for their reason.
Yeah.
I have nothing negative to say about any experiences that I've had because my mindset is shifted to where I'm like, I can see their side and why they may feel how they feel. But again, it goes back to, did you effectively communicate that to me? One thing I've learned over the last couple of years in my loneliness is that a lot of people feel a way about you and they don't voice it to you. And you're making mistakes and you're doing all these things and you don't even realize it. Prime example, the girl I'm dating now. She was talking about one of her good guy friends and she was like, I've been sick for the last week and I ain't heard nothing from him. And I said, that's because you have an expectation of him that he doesn't even know about.
That's real.
He probably thinking about you or has thought about you, but maybe he on a date or maybe he doing something in his personal life and he ain't reached out. What's stopping you from reaching out to him and even just jokingly being like, hey, I've been sick. You ain't called, you ain't checked on me,
Where
whatever.
you at?
Where you at? And he'll probably be like, damn, I thought you was all right, or maybe you got over it
Yeah.
by now. I said, but you're sitting on the other side waiting on him to call you when you literally could pick up the phone. Effective communication.
Communication works both ways.
It does.
That's so real.
But that's where you have to subdue the ego or drop the ego to be like, all right, maybe I was wrong. Let me see the other side of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't want to do that because a lot of people want to be right.
yeah.
Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
Ego plays
Yes.
a larger factor in a lot of situations than people actually believe.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I start to see ego way more now than I used to. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, you got a little pride there, sis.
Even on yourself.
yeah.
And one thing I heard on one pastor, I think it was Pastor Madhu of Social Dallas. I was listening to a series
Oh,
he was
I like
preaching.
him.
And he was
Pastor
preaching, he said,
Madhu.
God can't do anything with ego. He can't. Because how he got, and not being funny, if you think about you being stripped down, maybe you being stripped down because he trying to show you like, I can't do nothing with that. But then you getting stripped down. And in the midst of being stripped down, you have to be so self-aware to see that. Or are you the type of person that's just angry that it's happening to you? I could say that because that used to be me. It wasn't until I was like, all right, God, whatever you throw at me, I'm going to be good. My attitude, I ain't got no money, cool. I ain't got no gas, cool. It ain't good. Like, you ever seen that meme on Instagram where it's like, you ain't, it was like, you ain't depressed, you just broke. You need some money.
Yes, that's
You
what
need
like,
some
girl,
money.
ain't nothing wrong with you. You just
You
need your
broke.
hair done.
You just need your hair done or a haircut. You know what I'm saying? So, no, that's a real thing.
No, that's real good. That's real good. Okay, so we got to talk about, now since we're talking about working on ourselves.
Yeah.
I love you, Anthony.
Yes.
I do.
Hit me with it.
I'm like, I don't know if you struggle with this, and please forgive me if I'm
Okay.
wrong, but I do love your self-confidence.
Yes.
I love the confidence
Yeah.
that you have when I go on your show. I often make fun of you for it.
You do. I was gonna crack a joke on you today, be like, you want me to talk a lot today or not?
I'm screaming because don't be over talking me, okay? But no, you do so well about the self-love
Yeah.
and all that thing and all of that. So I'm like, do you ever struggle with that? Like,
Yeah, of course. Of course. This is the thing. Nobody will ever know. I'm one of
Very
them people
good.
where, they say check on your strong friends. Nobody checks on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally. And like you do. Like people like you, shout out to
Thank you, because I was just about to say that.
yeah, you do. But it's very few people. But I think you do also because we've created a bond over the last 10 years. Crazy to say, but I've been knowing you 10 years. But shout out to my guy, Reggie. He reached out to me today and he was like, hey, man, just checking on you. He was like, I haven't seen you post anything on social media or on Facebook, nowhere. And I
Is
said,
you all right?
he was like, and I felt good. He was like, are you all right, bro? He's like, the podcast still doing all right? And I was like, we coming back in the spring. I was like, we just took a break. And, I was like, a lot has transpired in my life. A lot of growth is happening. So I'm adapting to that. The new job, a new dating situation. As you say, I'm always.
He always dating somebody.
But I'm always dating somebody because I'm in long-term relationships.
He be in love.
Yes,
And I love
I
that
do my
for
thing.
you.
Yeah, I be there for a
Now,
minute.
you ain't never put me on to nobody, though.
Because this is the thing. I know a lot of guys, but what did I say at the beginning of the episode where I was like, all guys are dogs.
You did say
But
that.
can you keep them on the leash?
And your
I
friends
know
can't
some
keep them
I
on the
know some
leash?
great men. But if I have 10 homeboys, maybe 2 of them are married, the rest of them are playing the field.
Mm-hmm.
Great guys, but it's kind of like me. I wasn't ready to settle down until about my 40s, like my early 40s, late 30s, because I was in a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more understanding of myself and my desires and what I need. And I don't feel like some of the guys I know are there yet. So it's one of them things where
Fine.
let them date and figure it out for themselves. But I never want to be the person that sets somebody up and it goes wrong.
Facts. Because then I don't want you coming back looking at me.
And I'm gonna be like, damn, man. And that's the thing. You don't want to hear those things. It's like you don't want to hear things about if you had a daughter. You don't want to hear things about your daughter, what she may be doing sexually or intimate. I don't want to hear none of that.
Because you'll be in the middle. You'll be
Yes.
hearing my side and his
Yes.
side. That's not good.
It's not good.
That's
So,
not good.
I got some great homeboys. I feel like they're on the other side of it, like me, of like not even playing games, just understanding what you want. When you don't know what you want, it seems like you're playing games. And pressure comes for that.
That's true.
But if a dude says, I don't want to be in a relationship because I'm unsure about what I want, but I want to hang out, women will be like, oh, he just want to have sex. Well, maybe he does, but at least he told
He
you.
was honest with you.
Shit,
you
you
gotta
got-
at least respect
Hey
that.
man, you got these dating apps that be like,
Absolutely.
I'm something what fun, unsure. It's
Yeah,
like
a good time,
a good
or
time.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Look here, man.
Be honest.
I don't talk about this, but the girl I'm dating, she listened to the podcast and she went back and listened. And she was like, it was one episode I heard, and you're going to have to change that. And I said, what part am I going to have to change? She was like, you talked about how you don't really do online dating. She was like, but you met me online.
I mean, I don't know if you said.
I have said that.
I mean, okay, let's say you said it, right?
I
But
definitely-
also, that didn't mean you didn't entertain.
No, I definitely didn't entertain it. Being online? No,
So
I
how
never.
you meet her?
I met her online. That's what I'm saying. So she was saying you have to now change your tone from what you used to say on the podcast about online dating not being for you.
So are y'all officially together?
No,
So not yet.
not yet.
Close.
But I do feel like this is, we're around the 90-day mark.
Come
know
on,
what I'm saying?
calculations.
Hey, and around the 90-day mark, But this is the thing I will say about most of the relationships I've been in. Like, I don't force sex.
Okay.
And with this situation, I remember it got to a point where she started. I remember we were on a date one time and she kissed me and I kind of backed up. And she was like, oh.
Don't be scared.
I was like, and I told her, I said, I'm not scared. I was like, but I was in a relationship for 7 years to where it's like you're so used to the lips of another person. So I remember telling her, I was like, I ain't even looking for sex right now because not that I don't find you desirable, but I have to make sure mentally and internally I'm prepared because I literally was giving myself to somebody for 7 years. And a lot of people don't take that time. Now, I've been single for about a year now. So I feel like, okay, single, not sleeping with nobody, hadn't had a whole phase or none of that within the year because of this age.
That's good.
And I wanted to understand myself. You know what I'm saying? But I did meet somebody online. It was literally,
Wow.
it was on Hinge. It was, and ain't Hinge the app
Do
where
I
they be
need to
like,
hop on there?
I mean, this is the thing about online dating. It happens and it can be successful if you're intentional. And it's easier for a man if he's ready and he's intentional.
Okay.
Because a woman can be ready and intentional, but a guy could be like, man, I'm trying
Exactly. I feel like a lot of women are intentional,
to,
but then
yeah.
the
But,
brothers don't be.
well, let me tell you this: what I discovered online. I literally created my profile and the things I didn't want, and so many women who don't even align with those things still was shooting their shot.
Hey, how you doing?
And the reason they was shooting their shot just off me, I'm guessing,
pictures.
they thought I looked good.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. But just because I look good, you're willing. If I don't want to date somebody with kids, but you got kids, if I don't want to date somebody who's been married before, and if you say you don't want something, and on my list I say I do, but you still on there because I look good,
That's
you're
crazy.
setting yourself up for failure. So a lot
I
of these
agree.
relationships online, it's like you're setting yourself up for failure because you're literally saying I don't want something. Oh, but because he looks like this, I'll see.
That's crazy.
You can't change my thoughts.
You can't change me.
And a man shouldn't do that for a woman, but men do that all day too. She got a big ass, she got some breasts, she look good, but she got kids. I don't want that, but you want to sleep with her, you want her to be a trophy, so you play the game for a minute. People spend a lot of time lying to themselves.
Let me ask you this,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like a lot of good brothers, okay, it be some good men out there,
Yes.
but it's like I always catch them when they done had their heart broken, they done went through some trauma, and I'm like, why do sisters be messing it up for us?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's them messing it up. I
So what they
think
doing?
the guy has to give. If the guy is still going through that, he shouldn't be out there.
True.
Like, to keep it a buck, when I met the girl I met, my situation wasn't where it was at, needed to be. I literally just got on to see what the fuss was about. And then you was on the episode where I was like, all these women was in my inbox.
Yeah.
And she was the one person who sent me she was the first person that sent me a letter, like a note. And the first person that sent me a rose on Hinge, you got to send a rose. So she was the first person to send me a rose. Well, I was like, okay, maybe this girl is serious. I ain't really ready for that. And after about 2 weeks of being on Hinge, I finally spoke to her. And then I was like, oh, yeah, she definitely knows what she wants. Let me get off this app because this ain't what I'm ready for. Right before I got off, she was like, hey, you mind if we take this offline? And I was like, shit. Got offline, and I did everything within the first month to sabotage it. And she didn't go nowhere. And then I finally told her where I was at, what I was going through, so on and so forth. And she was like, no rush. You know, like very, very articulate, very intelligent, and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I just gave her some time. She gave me some time. And like I say, 90 days later, it's kind of like, damn, this is cool. I didn't expect this.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And basically a 10-year age gap, which I wasn't expecting.
That's okay, though.
It is okay.
That's okay, though.
I'm 43, but I don't move like
that.
or look like 43 or whatever that may mean. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's what the kids say at work. They be
That's
like,
what the kids
man,
say.
they saw this gray. They was like, oh, we thought you was like 33. I'm like,
That's
nah,
crazy
bro.
because you told me that you said that you used to dye your hair.
Yeah, only my beard.
Only the beard?
Yeah, this is still whatever. So like right now, this is dyed. The goatee part is dyed. The rest of it is gray.
Just let it go.
I don't mind the gray.
You don't mind?
I go
gray?
back and forth. It just depends.
Okay, it
it's like a
depends.
girl dyeing her hair, doing a different hairstyle.
Yeah.
Like I look at myself and I'm like, I want to do something different.
Yeah.
And I don't dye my hair, so I was like, let me cut my hair a different way. Let me do my beard a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So just changing up.
I'm here for it.
know
I'm
what
here
I'm saying?
for it. I feel like a lot of times in dating, it's really on the guy
Yeah.
to see if he wants something serious
Yeah.
or he wants to take it to the next level, the
Yeah.
next step. Like I said before, your boy be in relationships. And I love that for you. I love.
I prefer being a one-woman man. Now, if I was out here, I'd be out here. Like
No,
this.
facts.
But I do, it's something about being a one-woman man.
Yeah.
Especially, this is the thing. In order to be a one-woman man or a one-man woman, whatever, you got to be getting what you need, and you have to be voicing that. You know what I'm saying? Sexually, creatively, spiritually, whatever. You got to be able to. You can't be like, I don't want to tell this girl or this guy that in hopes that they don't leave. Well, shit, you need to be able to tell them that and see if they do stay. And if they stay, you like, maybe I got one.
Yeah.
But you can't be like, I'm holding this big weight, and then you wait 4 or 5 months in. Yeah, they may like you at that time, and then you tell them something, and then they dip. You should have told them that shit up front.
That's real.
Or at least within the first 30 days of building, some comfort with the person. So
Ooh, it could just go either way.
Yeah.
Dating is real rough.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
real rough. It's real rough.
only because people don't communicate right.
Back to the communication.
That's all where
you
it's
ain't
at,
never
man.
lied though.
It's the truth.
You ain't never lied. Do you be texting all day?
Do I text all day
Yeah. Do you text all day?
with her? Like whoever I'm talking to,
Yeah,
like my
yeah,
person? Yeah, I'm in there.
Okay, bet. But you also are a voice text person too.
Yeah, I do audio messages. I do text. So this is the thing too. When I was doing the dating,
He be thinking he on the podcast.
yeah, they give you an opportunity where you could on Hinge where you could leave an audio message. I didn't.
Good.
Because girls love
I
the voice.
already know.
And the
I
first time
already
old girl
know.
heard my voice, she pinged me. She was like, oh, boom, 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 boom. And Frank was like, man, you knew what you was doing. I said, man, I feel like I'm just being regular. You ever been regular, just being yourself, and you ain't expecting nobody to shoot they shot at
And
you?
then boom.
And then there it go.
And then boom.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's more attractive for a guy to send a voice message, note, whatever,
Yeah.
than it is for a woman.
Only if they speaking in their real voice. So like me, I
That's
have bass and I'm
true.
being normal. But you got niggas that'll come in on the podcast and be like, yeah, so I'm Anthony and I'm just you be like, man, get out of here with this quiet storm shit. That ain't how you talk. That's why I tell people, I'm like, I have bass in my voice. Yes, I have a deep voice, but I also have inflections
Yes.
and levels.
Yeah.
And how you use those, you're good at yours. It matters when you use it.
The quiet storm.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
I can't imagine. I don't know. I'm like, oh Lord, because let's
Yeah,
be
I'm
real.
cool, man. Everything, I hate too cool niggas. If you was interviewing a nigga, you'd be like, yeah, man, I'm just,
What you
I
doing
just,
on the show?
I just be chilling, man. I don't really, No, nigga, talk.
Talk. But I feel like for women, it is hard to, because you don't know what's attractive for a woman as far as voice is concerned.
Yeah.
So all you can honestly do is be yourself.
Yeah.
You can do that little soft, like, hey, baby,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's not you, girl.
Yeah.
That's not you.
But women have voices too, Like, yeah, I've
They
dated
do.
some women who go into it's how you treat it. If you treating a woman real good, it comes out in their voice. If you treating them bad, the anger comes out. Like when a man be like, oh, I want you to gain your feminine energy. What are you doing to have with her?
Okay.
Maybe she feel like she still got to carry everything because of the energy
She
or whatever
tired.
you giving off. So that's why I say I've never dealt with that, man. It's situational.
It is very situational. How did this conversation go by so quickly?
You saw I peeped at the time.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, how we out of time?
Yeah, it's so good. We'll do a part two.
is very
You had to
good. We
come back
did-
on the show. We're going back in the studio, so
Yeah.
I like interviews, so let me know.
I love it.
We
Go
can
ahead
jump
and
in.
plug yourself real quick.
Anthony Roberts, host of The Reality Is, Where Filter Becomes Extinct. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any listening platform where it requires a RSS feed. We in the building, man. We got 400-something episodes, so new season coming soon. If you have not listened, catch up, enjoy yourself, and we're a lifestyle podcast. So if we're talking about it, the shit's happening.
It gets raw.
Yeah.
It
It's
gets
not-
raw.
Well, and raw in a good way. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really doing Freaky Fridays no more, but
No.
we leveling up. Milk to food.
But it is real, though.
For sure.
It is.
For
The
sure.
reality is.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's when everybody start telling the truth.
It's very truthful.
Yeah.
I'd be like, whew, let me sip real quick. Pinky's up. Pinky's up. All right. Now,
crazy.
before you go, you got to tell them who you just got interviewed by.
I got interviewed by Lex in the Box. I enjoy being here, man. It's always a blessing being with Lex, man.
Great. And thank you for stopping by the show.
La 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 la. If you know, you know.
Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Do it.
No, that's what I wrote. I put
Do
on your
it.
picture. I was like, la 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 Lex in the Box. My tongue don't roll like that. I need to be saying.
Oh, my gosh.
Get my Hispanic on. I'm in this mode.
I'm screaming.
Nah, I appreciate you though.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Thank you for coming on the show, baby. It was raining today, so baby, you done took your time and came
That's
out here
love.
to see your girl.
That's love. You family.
That is love.
We locked
Thank you.
in.
Like the kids too.
Yeah.
We out of here, y'all.